Why do we watch movies? We all know that art is an experience and every human being needs to experience it at some point of time to get inspired or transformed. A film is a mix of many art forms like visuals, sounds, performing arts, etc. So at a single time, your mind unknowingly grasps many art forms. Movies will directly connect you to the characters you are seeing on the screen and slowly drawing you into their world. After watching a movie, whether good or bad, your mind thinks lots of things on purpose. Brett McCracken wrote in a magazine in 2010 that we all agree movies allow us to escape and there is value in that, but it's more than simple escapism. Movies take us to places we have never been and inside the skin of people quite different from ourselves. They offer us a window onto the wider world, broadening our perspective and opening our eyes to new wonders. This new window idea figures into the very form of cinema itself. One of my favorite film theorists, Andrew Bazin, often compared the cinematic shot to a framed window that hints at a vast reality just outside of view, while other theorists saw the framed shot as something that restricts or limits what can be seen, that is, what is inside the shot. Bazin theorized that the film image, through its suggestion of off-screen space, was about being of something prolonged indefinitely into the universe. Seyfried, another of my favorite film theorists, agreed that the film image was by nature indeterminate, ambiguous, and open-ended, a fragment of reality suggesting endlessness. Art is a window. This idea brings to mind what C.S. Lewis said about art functioning as a window onto worlds unseen. As human, he writes, in an experiment in criticism, we seek an enlargement of our being. We want to be more than ourselves. Each of us by nature see the whole world from one point of view with a perspective and selectiveness peculiar to himself. We want to see with other eyes, to imagine with other imaginations, to feel with other hearts as well as with our own. We demand windows. But cinema is more than just a window. It's also a magnifying glass. It focuses our attention on everyday reality in a way that makes us see everyday reality for what it really is. Since the early days of film, there have been philosophical writings about the medium, but in the late 1960s and early 1970s, it started moving into academia. Being a fairly new discourse, film theory often borrows theories from other disciplines like literature, gender studies, and imposes them on films. These are 10 of the most famous and interesting theories that have been developed over film theory's short history. Some of them are the bomb under the table, narrative codes, violation of aesthetic difference, the gaze, the Orientalism. Now let's discuss some of the narrative codes. French linguist Roland compared a text like films to a ball of thread that needed to be unraveled. Once that is done, it will look completely different from the original ball. Also, he said that not all balls are the same way. Some are open, meaning they can be untangled in many ways, and some others are closed, which means there is only one way to untangle the ball. This is what films are like. Some are open to plural meanings while others only have one. This leads to his 5 narrative codes, which are ways of unraveling a film. 2 examples of how the codes work is by picturing them as colored lenses and different people talking. Using the lenses to look at an object changes your view of the object, but the object itself doesn't change. The second example is to imagine 5 different people are talking to you all at the same time. The narrative codes allow you to hear just one person speaking at a time. The codes are hermeneutic, proeretic, semantic, symbolic, and cultural. The hermeneutic code is looking for hidden meaning in a film and trying to solve any mysteries that are not solved right away. Proeretic is simply watching the film and wondering what will happen next, and understanding that each action leads to another action. The semantic code is a bit hard to explain because Barthes doesn't give a definition, but it involves semes, which connote things. For example, John is rich and likes to drive fast. Could be said as John drives a Ferrari. The symbolic code is meant to look for symbolism in the film. For example, an old man and a young man are sitting on a bench. The space in between could represent life. Finally, there is the cultural code, which involves references to anything outside the film, such as culture, science, and history. Understanding movies are as complex as our lives, but we get to live it and feel it.